Hello, in this video I want to cover the break training exercises that we do during the sessions that I'm running at the moment. Very important, because what they do is they open up the positional play so that people can actually for once realise what's involved in playing good position and scoring heavy, because that's the main thing that people come to me with, is because they're concerned that they're not scoring heavily enough. And this is basically down to the fact that they're not able to position the ball exactly where they need it to be. That's not to say that they don't know where it needs to be. Sometimes it's harder to actually put that in practice than know the theory. But that's basically the bottom line here. So what I did was I devised a little practice routine with a couple of rules and limitations. So for instance, you can only use top spin on one of the exercises, and on the other exercise you can only use stuns and screws, but you're not able to use a cushion. So it makes it a little bit more trickier, plus it forces you to actually control that cue ball and place it in a deliberate area. I'm not talking about millimetre perfection, it just has to be in that deliberate area to be able to be the right side of the next ball to play a good positional shot. So the first exercise is the one I'm going to demonstrate shortly, and what you will see is, obviously you've got the blue, the pink and the black on their spots, and you're going to have a red above the blue, in between the brown and the blue spot, a red in between the blue and the pink, and a red in between the pink and the black. So the object is to play red colour, red colour, red colour. So it's just 6 shots. Pretty much just the same as a colour clearance, but this is a little bit more specific in terms of position. So the margin of error is a lot shorter than it would be for say the colour clearance, because that's a little bit more forgiving in terms of position, because you've got a much wider distance before you start to run out of position. So that's what makes these exercises a little bit more detailed and a little bit more of an exposure to the actual positional play when you're actually making a break. More importantly, down by the blue, pink and black area with reds, because that's important, because that's what people generally do. So they always play frames of snooker, but it's not always entirely clear to them what they should be doing with that white ball. So this just teaches people, and it's a little bit more realistic in terms of controlling the cue ball. And to start off with this exercise, if you're going to try this at home or at the local club, what you should do really is, because it depends whether you're a left-hander or a right-hander. So if you're a left-handed player, such as me, then on the top spin drill, you have to start on the left-hand side of the table. And when you do the screw and stun shot routine, which is the next one, you have to start on the right-hand side of the table if you're a left-hander. Mainly because of the red above the pink and the pink, because you need to be able to reach those, and obviously depending on which side of the table you're on, it's favourable to be on a particular side depending on what hand you use, whether you're left or right handed. So if you do the top spin shot, you need to start on the left if you're a left-hander, and if you do the screw and stun, you have to start the opposite side. So a left-hander starts on the right-hand side of the table. And there are going to be a couple of stills just to explain to you the actual process involved in playing these positional shots within these drills, because when you're playing the top spin shot, it's important not to land straight on the following ball. And the reason for that is, what you end up doing is you end up limiting the distance the cue ball can travel before you run out of position. So with the top spin shots, it's important to run past the straight line of the next pot. So that's what you must do on every single shot during the exercise, except for the black because it's the last ball. But on every single shot, you must be past the straight pot. So there's going to be a few clips and a few stills just to explain to you just what that looks like actually on the table when you get down to the shot in the address position. It will just be a little bit more clearer to you. So, and then with regards to the stun and screw exercise, it's the opposite. So you must pop the ball, but land just before the straight pot. So just before it would be a straight pot, the cue ball needs to be just before that straight line rather than after it, because you have to stun the cue ball forward a little bit each time to still land just before straight on every single ball all the way down. So red, blue, red, pink, red, black, always land just before straight. And as you do the exercise and as you work through it, you'll appreciate how much more benefit this brings by being just before straight. Because obviously with the second exercise, when you're playing screws and stuns, you don't want to be straight because you can't do anything but go backwards, which won't necessarily put you on the next ball, because it's all about positional play at the end of the day. That's what we are trying to do. That's what we are trying to master. So it's a great exercise, and it's a bit of an eye-opener for people that aren't quite sure where they are going wrong when they are trying to play position. This might fill in the gaps. So I hope you like the videos, and please, by all means, please try them yourself. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback. Send some comments and let me know what you think, because I'm very interested to see how effective people think that this will be. So thank you very much for watching. If any of you have any other ideas of future videos or suggestions on videos to show, then please let me know in the comments section. And don't forget to share these videos, and if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe, because it just gets me a little bit more exposure and gets me out to a wider audience. Also, when you have a YouTube account and you subscribe to channels, it bookmarks them for you so that you don't have to research for the same videos. They'll all be stored in the same place, so it's easier to access them in future. So I would appreciate it if you could do that, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.